This is a fun thing to do. It's a quick drawing of your hand where we'll start by tracing it. So I'm going to just show you a time lapse of my doing it. I see I trace my hand. Okay, so now I'm going to slow it down and we'll walk through it. So the first thing you want to do is put your hand down open on a piece of paper and you want to trace it. You want to add a little bit of your wrist, the same way you used to do in grammar school. Remember when we would make turkeys out of our hands? So this is the same idea. But what you will do is you will start using different marks to actually create volume. And if you end up coloring in the whole dark behind the space, that can make those fingers really pop forward. Remember that if we want to be shading in something that's a contour drawing, we want to bring a dark up right up to that line so the line disappears into that dark. And as we keep going, I've added fingernails. They're not great. I added a ring, not great, but I'm having a good time doing it. So I keep adding uh, different types of marks. I'm using a lot of cross-hatching in here and doing the cross-hatching over and over and over until it just gets darker and darker. And then I'm kind of changing ideas, making the nails a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter. I'll bring in sort of an undertone gray that will come in and shade some of the sides of the fingers so that it looks a little bit like there's a shadow. Keep working on those nails. Here's that shadow I was talking about. And then I'm going to probably next, I'm not sure, I think I'm going to add a sleeve next. Yeah, make it darker. Oh, that shadow was a little bit too large, so I'm reducing it. Now I'm adding a sweater kind of sleeve or a sweatshirt sleeve. And you can see I added those lines that show the knit of the thing. So I've colored it in, and I come in a little bit later and add it so it goes around and I brighten it up a little bit. Next, I'm adding a tattoo. You could add a band-aid. You could add a cut that might have been stitched up. You can add whatever you want on the hand. I'm adding a little bit where the knuckles would be, and then adding a bracelet. So I start with the outline of it and then kind of play with the coloring of it and some shading. I work a little bit on the ring, a little bit more, and there we have a hand. Oh, I'm adding the moon shapes on the fingernails. Got the hand. So that's a quick drawing of your hand.